This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, I'm Sherry Phillips, broker owner of Weichert Realtors Sean and Sherry Group. We have 3 real estate offices in the upstate of South Carolina, and I'm so excited that you've taken a second to watch my video about a career in real estate and if it is the right fit for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen here and welcome. We are going to talk about a career in real estate and if it is the right fit for you. So, first, let's start with why do agents love being a real estate agent? Well, I'll say one thing is they love being their own boss. They get to wake up and decide how they are going to go about their day, and they, get to report to themselves of what they want to do with their business. They have unlimited income potential. There is no limit to what you can make in real estate. There's a flexible schedule, so you can be there for soccer games, you can be there for field trips. In fact, I'm going on one next week because I wanted to sign up to be with my daughter, and she's going to Georgia and it's going to be an all day thing. And so I'm so grateful that I have the flexibility in my career that I can be able to prioritize times with my family. There is an opportunity to meet with people and meet with all kinds of people. There's challenges on the job, of course, but you get to be a part of that solution and finding ways to help people buy and sell homes because sometimes it can get complex and you are there to help them through that process. And so it's very rewarding. Compared to other careers, it's really inexpensive and quick to start a career in real estate, and it doesn't require a college degree. So it's pretty fantastic. The barrier of entry is pretty low to getting into real estate. And like I mentioned about that unlimited income potential, there's no hourly rate limits, no corporate salary ranges. You can work as much or as little based on what you want to earn. You really get out of it what you put into it. Just this year, I was looking up our records of our agents working at our office, and those that are working more part time and full time are earning anywhere from 12,000 to 145,000. And so that's no chump change. You can really earn a living and grow your business working in real estate, working with buyers and sellers. So let's talk about if it's the right time for you. So real estate is here to stay. People are buying houses more than ever before. They are downsizing, retiring, they are upgrading, relocating based on work requirements. And I'm feeling that even more in South Carolina. There's just so many people in the Greenville area and the outskirts are people are relocating and seeing that it's an affordable place to live, and people really like what they're finding here. So we don't see real estate going anywhere because there are just so many people. There's the next generation of people that are looking to buy and sell. And so we're here to help them through that. Nearly 4 million existing homes to sell this year is kind of the target, what we're finding with some research. Plus, there's so much new construction. We're seeing an uptick over the last several years of so much new construction because we need to meet that demand of buyers, because there is a housing shortage in our nation. So a lot more new construction, and you'll see about 89% of home buyers and sellers decide to use a real estate agent because they know they need assistance and guidance, and helping them through this process of working with, to buy and sell. So let's talk a little bit about that income that is unlimited and you have the potential to earn, and how do you earn it? Let's go into that. So, unlike other occupations where you're limited by your salary for the year, a real estate agent is paid per transaction. So, every time you work with a buyer and get to closing, or same thing with the seller, that's when you get paid. So, it's only limited by how much time you really spend on your business and how many transactions you close. You don't have to wait for a raise. You don't have to wait for your boss to give you a promotion. You just put in the extra time working with buyers and sellers and working the leads that you have and networking with other people. And that is the opportunity that you can put in to be able to work more sides. So let's talk about those sides of like how you actually earn an income in real estate. So there's 2 sides to each transaction. You can either work with the seller or you can work with the buyer. And so on the seller side, we'll just say I did a research study of around the Seneca area. That's one of our office locations. And the average price home sold so far in 2024 is 295. This is single family condo townhomes that I did research on, the radius around Seneca. You could walk away with $6,000 approximately. And this is, just a little side note here that commissions are negotiable, not guaranteed. So even though we can talk about some average price points and commission here, this is the average. This is approximate, and it is completely negotiable. But just taking that average sale price, you could walk away with after closing, after your split, all the fees that go into it, you could be earning $6,000 on one seller side. Now, same thing on the buyer side. If you just worked with the buyer, same thing, average price point, you'd be walking away with $6,000. Say there's limited times you could actually work with both. Not all the time, not often, but there are some limited cases where you can actually represent both the buyer and the seller. You'd be walking away with around that $12,000 per closing. So depending on how many sides you close in a given month is how much you would be earning. So if you close just one closing, you'd be looking at $6,000 a month. If you did two, you're looking at $12,000. Three, 18,000. Or if you did four closings, which we have several agents in our office that do four or more closings, you're looking at about $24,000. And so all this is typically relative to the price point that you work with and how many clients you're able to serve. But it's, in your first year, I would say, when you get licensed and when you start working for a company, it takes a few weeks just to get onboarded, trained, and start connecting with some solid leads and buyers and sellers. So they're not always ready when you are, but when you start staying in touch and following up with them, and when they're ready, you're able to work with them. So this isn't a, get licensed quickly and earn a lot of money quickly. Your first year, you're kind of putting in a lot of work to start building your brand and laying the foundation of your company that you are building as a real estate agent, to let everyone know that you are an agent, so that they know who to call when they are ready. But typically, after your first year, I mean, you're looking at easily doubling your numbers because of all the people that you're reaching out to and connecting with. So this number really is very reasonable to get to. 12 closings in your first year is great, and is something very reasonable to consider as something that is very doable. But on and up from there, like, it will continue to grow if that's what you decide you'd like to put your time and energy into. All right, let's talk about that available market. So how many closings really did happen around the Seneca office? So I do this for every city. We have an office here in Seneca, and then we have one in Simpsonville, and then in Duncan. And so I'll pull this from time to time just to do a radius around the office to see how many closings occurred in the last year. And we had just under 5,000 closings. Not we personally, but in the market, we had 4,902 homes that were sold, and that equated to $1.8 billion worth of sales volume, which then you could do a little approximation of how much commission that is, and you're looking at just over $55 million of sales commission. So that is a pretty good number, even if you got a slice of that pie, to say that you can build your business on that commission in the sales. And so it varies from, city to city, but that is a pretty healthy number when you're looking at different, markets and homes that have been sold. There's plenty of real estate activity happening. So when you consider, yes, I want to do real estate, I think this would be a great career for me, you need to consider choosing the right company. So some questions to ask brokerages as you go on interviews. And yes, I do recommend you meeting with a couple real estate brokerages to find what would be the best fit for you. These are some questions to consider. One is, what kind of training do you offer? As a new agent, that would be the most important question I would consider asking, because you need to know that you are going into a brokerage that takes their onboarding and training seriously to ensure that you are set up for success. So, do they have a mentor program where you can shadow experienced agents, or classroom training or video training? What all do they have to offer you? Then some other questions would be, what kind of administrative support do you have in technology and marketing? Does the brokerage provide you leads? What is their company policy on you investing in real estate? Because I really highly recommend agents investing in real estate, because it's something that you are an expert in as you continue to grow in your expertise as a real estate agent. And so to be able to invest in something that you know and build your wealth and equity is a great way to do that. And so, do they have a policy on that? What is the minimum sales productivity goal if they have one for you? Do you have to sell a minimum X amount of houses in a given year? And if so, what is that? And then in addition to what your split would be, also what are any office fees, if it's monthly or quarterly, and then also consider if there's any transaction fees and asking those questions. So those are some things to keep in mind. Also, we thinking about not only interviewing what best brokerage is for you, what are some great qualities that we even are looking in an agent? So I, along with several other of our leadership, interviews agents and see who would be a great fit. And I'll tell you, not everyone is a great fit in our brokerage, because we do, and we'll get to this in a second, but culture is very important, in surrounding ourselves with positive people to focus on the things that we need to be able to be the best version of ourselves we can be. And so what makes a great agent? Here are a summary of what I see and what we see as very important in a successful real estate agent: professionalism, being professional. With this flexible schedule, you have the opportunity to sleep in and watch Netflix and eat ice cream. And then, just show up casually to appointments. But no, this is something that we take seriously. Dress the part, suit up and show up to training and team meetings, and look the part, because your clients, they need a professional that's going to guide them through this process of buying and selling. Are you an expert? And guess what? You're not going to be right on day one, but linking up with a brokerage that does have the expertise that you can learn from to build into your business. Are you trustworthy? Are you a good communicator? And are you a hard worker? So these are some great qualities that I can get into more, but just something to consider as you are investing in yourself of who to be as a great agent. These are some great qualities that we consider when we're meeting and interviewing agents. And our core values are so important to us. Culture is something that we don't take lightly. Sean and I, when we first started the real estate company, we decided to have some fundamental core values that we live by and that we, hire by. And so some of the things that we highlight, we talk about this in every team meeting and in our training, but certainly when we interview and when we onboard our agents. And one of those is we remain teachable. We're never in the business long enough to know it all. We will always search for the truth in every situation. And I'm just going to go through this because it's just good to hear and be reminded of, right? So we are disciplined and we wake up with purpose, direction, and meaning every day. We treat our clients better than ourselves, and we start by listening. We are prudent, diligent in serving our clients. We bring our best and then some. It's what we bring after we do our best that makes the difference. We speak encouraging, life-giving words and build others up. We will love and laugh rather than argue and complain. We are creative, innovative, driven, focused, and blessed beyond measure. We are upright and we will flourish. We are determined to love God and people with everything we have and believe the best about others. So this is a little bit, if you were to see our culture in action, this is what we are and how we operate as our real estate company and who we hire. So we decided to also align with a bigger brand 5 years ago. We chose Weichert because they are one of the fastest growing brands in providing real estate services. So we know very well that we do not want to reinvent the wheel and spend our energy trying to figure it out our way, but that we know people that have done it for years and decades, and we would rather just learn from the best and learn from other people's failures. And we're not afraid to fail, because I think that's another very crucial part of being a real estate agent, because you're just not going to get everything right. You're, not aiming for perfection here, but we work hard in all that we do and strive for excellence, but we understand that, there's times that we don't always get it right, and that's okay, because we get up from that, right? And we keep moving forward. And but we aligned with Weichert because we know that they've been through a lot of failures too, like we all have, right? And they have figured out, hey, this is the solution. I've gone through a list of things that works, but this is what works. And so that's one of our key reasons that we align with a brand that's bigger than just ourselves. The right resources. So one of the secrets to our success is we provide support technology and tools. So we're going to go into a little bit of that. But one of the things that when we have agents join us is we get them plugged into Fast Track. That tells them everything that they need to know by our interactive training course. And it gets them on the fast track to start getting and working with buyers and sellers and getting a contract. We have ongoing guidance, and so we have mentorship, shadowing experienced agents. We have weekly training and workshops where we're training on different things, working with buyers and sellers, and how to improve as a real estate agent. In addition to our Weichert University, where it has all of our video training. We, being a part of Weichert, we also have a huge referral and relocation network where we're able to grow and build our business with several referrals. And the technology is amazing. Everyone has their own CRM that they get to log into and be able to keep track on their phone or computer all the leads that they have, so that they can focus on who they need to reach out to next and important information. And a lot of it is we can have it powered by AI, and it seems very natural coming from you as messages as you're just reaching out to people that are online looking for houses. And all of it is combined together, whether you are using the open house program or on the desktop or on your phone. It all works together so that you can have a user-friendly experience. And you get your own website, as I mentioned, for your CRM, but also client facing. So when your clients are looking for homes and just, scrolling through, seeing the latest houses that come on the market, they are connected to you. You are top of mind. They see your face, your phone number, your email address, so they know who to contact when they're like, hey, I want to see this house. This actually looks like a great fit for me. And so you stay top of mind because your profile is linked with the MLS for all listings in the upstate. And so that you're able to be in touch with, everything that's going on in the market, and that they can reach out to you. Right tools. We have marketing at your fingertips where you can pull and have anything for online or things to print for your listings and working with buyers and sellers. And then I want to highlight Marketing Studio. It's like Canva, where you can create and advertise various, marketing assets that you can have online or printed, and use social media posts. And it's fantastic. I know our agents are loving using this because they have a lot more flexibility to make changes that they want to edit for their marketing materials, which is fantastic as a business owner when you want to come across very professional. And so we have all that ready to go for you. And then we love to recognize our agents who have done amazing and we just love to celebrate their success. And so we get together every year and, we actually meet with other brokerages in our area. And so we sometimes have a couple hundred people getting together, and it's just a fun time that we eat good food, drink, and have a celebratory time, giving out awards for the sale accomplishments that they've had in that year. In addition, we also have health insurance if that's something that you're interested in as a business owner. Sometimes you're like, hey, I also need health insurance. That might be something you're interested in that is available to you as well. So let's talk a little bit about how you can logistically start your career in real estate. You will have to sign up for a real estate course. You can do that either in person, like classroom setting, or online, and you can take it at your own pace and doing it at your own flexible time. If especially that's helpful. I've noticed that increase over the last couple of years as there's many people that might still be working a full-time job but would like to pursue a career in real estate. And so signing up online has been pretty favorable for many people to fit that in their schedule, nights and weekends, or when they're off, to complete the course. So it's 90 hours of pre-licensing associate classes that you can sign up for. And one of the ones I highly recommend is CE Shop, which I can send a link later, and it's here on your screen. But to highlight essentially what your steps are to get started in being a licensed real estate agent is completing the 90-hour course. And then you will also have to pass the exam, and that is the state and the national exam that you will have to pass. You will also need to do a background check and get fingerprinted and just make sure everything clears there. And then once you have passed the exam, you'll have a piece of paper that you'll need to meet with a broker in charge and select your brokerage that you would like to work for. And so you will meet with the brokerage and have that signed, and then you'll submit your paperwork so that you can be officially licensed. And then that's when the fun begins. All this coursework is great. But when you align with a brokerage, that's when it comes to life, because you get to see it in action of working with buyers and sellers and utilize all the things that you have learned, but then just kind of have more hands-on training once you join a brokerage. So with all that being said, please definitely let me know if you have any questions, and if you would like to schedule a meeting, I'm more than happy to. So feel free to reach out. My email is sherry@shawnandsherry.com, listed here. And I would love to hear from you and talk with you about any questions that you may have about your career in real estate. And I will say that it has been very rewarding in being able to help buyers and sellers in their process of real estate transitions, because it can be very stressful for them, and especially if it's their first time, they don't know what to expect. And so walking them through that, knowing that they're in good hands and I can be trusted with helping them, guide them in the best way possible, has been very rewarding, and it keeps you on your toes. I've never had two of the same day, and it keeps it fun and exciting to be able to serve people here in our community. And so it's a great way to connect with the community and be able to provide value in their lives of homeownership, and connecting them even with great vendors that I've come to learn who are reputable vendors that can help them with, different house repairs or different things and getting their house ready to sell. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything or have any questions. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for taking the time and watching this video, and I will talk with you later.